Okay, I'm gonna get started in just a moment. Give me a minute. I've got to change the settings here until they update this software where it automatically makes it public. I'll have to take a few minutes before each broadcast to change the settings. So just bear with me while I do that, and also while I share this to a couple of places. We're gonna have a good discussion tonight. I know it's late. If you are watching this live, I know it's late for you, and you're on the East Coast. If you're watching this live and you're on the East Coast, I know it's late for you. It's almost 11 p.m. But I thank you for joining me. Okay, I got all of that set up, and we can go ahead and prepare to get started tonight. Thank you so much for being with me tonight. Again, we're going to have a great discussion tonight, quite a helpful discussion um, as we discuss. I'm going to call this almost next level spirituality, next level consciousness. Um, because after all of the uh, debunking of belief systems and uh, bad theology and the debunking of bad and the refuting of bad theology, and after pointing out all of the contradictions and encouraging you to trust yourself, which all is important, encouraging you to get in touch with yourself, love yourself. All of that is very important. But I think the next level is manifestation. The next level is seeing the benefits of a renewed spirituality or of a renewed sense of consciousness and awareness. So, tonight, we're going to talk about manifesting your desires. And in this discussion of manifesting your desires, I want to talk about the importance of detachment, which another side of that would be the dangers of attachment. I'm going to talk to you about how attachment can cause you to not manifest those things that you are attempting, and those things you're attempting to manifest in your life, and those things that you desire. So I want you to understand that detachment from the thing that you wish to acquire and the thing that you desire is one of the steps for manifestation of what you desire. It almost sounds oxymoronic. It sounds a little weird to say, hey, if I want it, I need to let go of it in order to get it. But that is how this works. And I believe this is a tested um, and it's a tested theory that I believe is absolutely valid and necessary in your progression in consciousness and spirituality, awareness, or just simply being, of your development of your humanity, okay? Your personal development. Everybody wants to manifest, everybody has desires. So let's talk about how to get those desires and how to remove one of the danger points, the danger factors that can cause you to miss and forfeit the thing that you want to manifest in your life. And that thing is attachment. So let's go ahead and get started here. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Before we get started, I just noticed something. that I've got to correct. Ah, da, 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 da. No, 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 no. That's not right. Give me a second here, guys. I do apologize. Um, hmm. Do not go anywhere because I just realized something that I did wrong. So give me a second. Thank you for being here. Say something in the comments. Say hello. Let me know that you're here. And while I'm getting this set up, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm going to ask you to please like and subscribe and share the link with someone else. If you are watching this on Facebook, I'm going to ask you not only to like, but I'm going to ask you to please um, I'm going to ask you to please share this video, share it to your various platforms. And also, I'm going to be asking you to engage tonight. All right. What does that mean? How do we engage? Okay. I want you to engage by commenting, by hitting those um, emojis. Okay. Hitting the like emoji, hitting the okay, I just fixed my issue here. Hitting the like emoji, hitting the um the pissed off emoji if I piss you off, okay? Just hit those things. Hello, Tracy Martin from Spindale, North Carolina. So glad to have you. Hey, Nikita, my girl. Love you, love you, love you, love you. Hey, Nikita, if you find this conversation something you want to take part in, I definitely welcome you just to jump on. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Sharon, my friend. So glad to see you. And Taryn, thank you, and thanks for the compliment on the shirt. I really appreciate that. So I think I'm ready to get started tonight. Let's talk about this. And as we talk about this, again, we're going to talk about manifesting your desires and some of the things that will stop you from manifesting what you desire in your life. And that thing is attachment. So we're going to talk about this tonight. And I think you'll find this very helpful. All right, let's go. Don't forget to engage in the comments. Engage in the comments. Oh, you love me more. I don't know if that's possible, baby girl. I don't think that's possible to love me more than I love you, but I appreciate the attempt. All right, y'all. Um, so hello, everyone. And again, wherever you're watching this from, I'm going to say good afternoon, good morning, or good evening, depending on when you're watching this and where you're watching this from. And again, if you're watching this on Facebook, be sure to like, share, and comment, engage, because as you engage, this causes that algorithm to be boosted and more people will see this. The same on YouTube. But if you're on YouTube, please make sure that you like and subscribe as well. So, today, we're going to be diving into the transformative concept of manifestation. Okay, we're going to dive right into that. And we're going to talk about how to manifest your desires without being attached. Okay, because when you use your gift, your inner power that was given to you at birth by God, okay, or if you don't believe in God, by being human, the inner gift that was given to you, and that inner power is the power to attract into your life the things that you desire. Now, some of you have done this. Let me tell you, have you ever thought about, let me share this with you. Have you ever thought about somebody like they just came to your mind and then all of a sudden they called you or they text you, you thought about someone and all of a sudden they walk through the door where you are? How many of you have experienced that before? Let me see some comments out there. Just type yes if you've experienced that before. You thought about somebody and they walked through the door. You thought about somebody and they contacted you, they texted you, something like that. How many of you have experienced that? Let me see those comments. We got a few people watching. Yes, okay. Nikita says yes. Anybody else? Have you experienced that before? Anybody else? You thought about someone and they walked through the door. You thought about something and you're driving and you thought about something, and all of a sudden it appears in front of you, or you see a sign that has that word on it. Oh, Sharon, just today. Oh my goodness. That is absolutely amazing. Okay. Now, let me share with you one of the reasons why that happened is because you thought about them, but you were not trying to make them appear. Now, if you thought about them and you would be like, Sam, 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 Sam appear, Sam appear, Sam appear, Sam appear, Sam appear, because you are attached to the appearance of Sam, Sam is not going to appear. But when you're able to put that in your heart, release it into the atmosphere, and you release things energetically. It's not just about words. You don't have to say words. You release it energetically. It goes into the atmosphere, and all you do is just allow it to exist. It's out there, and you allow it, and then it comes to you. You draw it to you. Okay, but when you hold it, I'm not talking about intention, but when you hold on to that outcome, okay, then you actually repel. Let's see what you said here. Um, I thought about garlic knots and someone brought me a whole bag of them. Oh my goodness. Isn't that awesome? Yes, happened to me today as well. But you were trying to manifest them. That's good. That's awesomeness. Um, I sure have on several occasions. Awesomeness. Okay. But when you are married to that outcome, okay, you actually have an opposite effect. So let's dive deep into this and help you to understand this concept, and also the wedge that can be drawn between you and manifestation. So we're talking about how to manifest your desires without being attached to them. Okay, how to manifest your desires without being attached to the outcome. So you've already seen that you have that power in you by the examples that we've just seen today. For example, with Sharon, she thought about garlic knots and someone brought them to her. They brought her a whole bag of them. Okay, so you already see that you have this phenomenal power that exists inside of you to manifest your desires just by thinking of them, just by holding those things in intention. Okay, so we're going to talk about how to manifest these desires without being attached to the outcome. Okay, this art of detachment, okay, it's called detachment. This art of detachment can lead us to a healthier mental space and also bring us closer to our true desires. And we're going to talk about how this works. So let's start by understanding the nature of desire and attachment. Now, while it's natural for us to want things, to want garlic knots, Sharon. Okay, it's natural for us to want things, to want to be successful, to want love, to want peace. Attachment to the outcome can trap us. Okay, it's natural to want these things, be it success, be it love, be it peace, be it money, be it a relationship. It's natural to want these things, but attachment to the outcomes can trap us in a cycle of disappointment and sadness. Why, you say? Because when you do this, we set up this rigid blueprint in our minds of how things should be. This is how it's got to go. Okay. Okay. This is how it's got to go. We set up this blueprint in our mind. This is how it's going to come. This is how it's going to happen. This is who it's going to happen with. This is how it's going to happen with them. And we've got this blueprint. We've got things all mapped up. How many of you ever had things all mapped out in your life and it didn't go the way that you had it mapped out, but somehow in the end, it worked together for the outcome, okay, for the feeling that you wanted to experience, okay, in that event. Have you experienced that before? So we've got to be careful. Although it's natural for us to want things, be it success, love, peace, or whatever, attachment to the outcomes can trap us in a cycle of disappointment and sadness because you've got it all figured out. You've got this rigid blueprint in your mind of how things should be. Okay? Basically, yes, exactly, Nikita. Trying to control the outcome will always backfire. Absolutely. You cannot control the outcome. So that's what we're talking about when we say manifesting your desires without being attached to the outcome. We're talking about keeping a healthy mental space, a healthy heart space, because it is actually the energy, all right? It's the energy that comes from your heart. It's the energy that flows from your heart that causes manifestation. It's not the words that come out of your mouth. It's not just the thoughts you think. It's not just the desires that you have. It is the energy that comes from your heart. So if sadness and disappointment is what's in your heart, that is what you're releasing into the atmosphere. And that is what you will draw to yourself. That is what you will manifest. You will manifest sadness. You will manifest more disappointment into your life. That is what you will attract. According to the narrative concerning Yeshua or Jesus, the master teacher, whether you consider him real or whether you consider him historical or allegorical, it doesn't matter. There's something very important, and I think a very important lesson that's contained in the story in the book of Mark, chapter 11. According to that narrative, Jesus says, whatsoever you whatsoever you desire in your heart. Okay, no, I'm sorry, that's not what it says. It says whatsoever you believe in your heart, you will have. Not what you say with your mouth, not the thoughts you think, not the desires you have. No, whatsoever you believe in your heart, that is what you will have. Okay, so you can want peace, but if in your heart you're feeling disappointment and you're feeling sadness, then that's what you're going to get. That's the principle of Jesus right there. That's the principle. It is a universal principle that this story of Jesus was teaching, that whatever is really in your heart is really what you're going to get. Not what you say with your mouth, not what you think in your mind. No, it's what you really believe in your heart. Okay, you can say and you can believe, and think rather that, hey, I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be rich. But if in your heart you really believe that you're going to always be poor, even though it never came out of your mouth, guess what you're going to be? Always poor. Okay. Because it's that energy that's coming from your heart. So let's tie this into what we're talking about today. Again, I've got to go back and repeat it so you can really understand and help me bring all of this together. So, again, while it's natural to want those things, be it success, love, peace, relationships, great job, whatever, cars, houses, while it's natural to want those things, attachment to the outcome can trap us in a cycle of disappointment and sadness. Why? Again, because you've got this rigid blueprint of how things should be, and when they don't go that way, you become disappointed. So instead, instead of having this rigid blueprint of how things should be and how things should go, instead, what if we shift our approach? What if we? This is what I believe the prescription, okay, or the procedure or the process should be. Here we go. So let's shift our approach to this. Desire it in your heart, okay? Desire it because that's the energy that's going out, okay? Desire it, ask for it, put it into the universe, and then let it be. Let me say it again. Desire it, ask for it, put it out into the universe, and then take a deep breath and just let it be. Okay? Just allow it to be. Let me say it again. Desire it, ask for it, put it into the universe, and then let it be. In other words, release your grip. The antidote. Release your grip. Let me say it again. Release your grip. Let me put it all together. Let me put that whole statement together. Desire it, ask for it, put it into the universe, and then just let it be and release your grip. Okay? Now, this isn't about not caring. That's not what I'm saying. You ask for it, believe, and then just don't care. No, this is not about not caring. Releasing your grip is not about not caring about the outcome, all right? But releasing your grip is rather about maintaining peace regardless of the outcome. Let's look at it this way. I want you to consider a painter. Consider a painter who creates art, and he creates the art for the joy of creation, not just to show off, not just for exhibition, not just for people to look at it, and so he can impress the masses. No, just consider the painter that creates art just for the joy of creation. Consider the gardener who plants seeds. Now, this is a good one. Consider the gardener who plants seeds, nurturing them, okay, waters them, all right, or talks to them, or what have you. Okay, yes. So the gardener, he plants the seeds, he nurtures them without certainty of bloom. He doesn't know whether they're going to have a bloom or not. There is no certainty. But the gardener yet plants the seeds and nurtures them without the certainty of the bloom. Okay, so these two examples that I gave, these two different scenarios and these two professions, they embody the practice that we're talking about. The gardener and the painter embody this practice of detachment. In other words, they are fully engaged in the process without fixating or being attached on the result or to the result. Okay, so they embody this practice of this practice of detachment. They embody this practice of detachment by being fully engaged in the process without fixating on the result. My goodness. Let me look at some of the comments here before we go on. Nikita says, yes, oftentimes we've been taught to try to manipulate with pain and sadness, okay, when things don't go as planned. That's why that's the constant outcome. Yeah, the outcome is always more pain and sadness. Absolutely. Nikita, that's one of the problems. And some of you are going to be thrown off when I say this. That's one of the problems with prayer. Okay. And it's not that there's anything wrong with prayer itself, but there's something, excuse me, y'all. It's not that anything is wrong with prayer itself, but there's something wrong with how we've been taught to pray. Okay. Because most prayer is simply begging. And it's begging at a low frequency. It's asking at a low frequency. And you go to God and you're crying and you're weeping. Oh, God. Oh, I need you to move. Lord, I need you to move. Oh, God, you see my child. Oh, you see my child. My child is going through. Oh, Lord, I want you to intervene. Come, Lord, I need you. Do you feel all the pain and the sadness that's attached to this prayer? That's not an effective prayer. The energy that's going out into the universe is sadness and pain. So guess what the universe is going to do? It's going to respond to you. It's going to give you what you just asked for with the energy of your heart. You just asked for more pain and sadness, although your mouth said, "Oh Lord, come and help me," but your heart says, "Give me more pain and sadness." And the universal principle is, ask and you shall receive. But you don't ask with your mouth, you ask with your energy. Okay, so let's go on. Okay, so we talked about the painter and the gardener and how they're fully engaged in the process without fixating uh, on the result. So let's talk about this. Let's go further. Are you ready to go further? Type yes if you're ready. Type yes. Type yes. Type yes. And I respect all feedback. So I'm going to put this comment up. It's not where I am in my journey, but I'm going to put this comment up that my brother had. Thank you for the yes. Thank you for the yes. My brother put up, he said, "Come to the throne." I know what he meant there. "Come to the throne of grace, ask and you shall receive." Okay. Yes, yes. Now I really don't, the throne of grace thing doesn't kind of resonate with me anymore, but um, but I get it. I get it. And I respect that perspective. But we're really on the same page, saying the same thing in a different way. Thank you for sharing that feedback, Tracy. Thank you, Miranda. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Nikita. All right, y'all are ready. Let's go. Let's go deeper. So now let's talk about vibrational frequencies. It's kind of what we just talked about, that thing that comes from your heart. Okay. That's why, and again, I'm gonna likely oftentimes refer to various scriptures because that's what I'm familiar with. But I now have developed a new respect for the scriptures and a new love for all writings, but specifically the Bible, because I see a lot of universal principles and a lot of um, metaphysical stories and parables and writings there that can really have a great effect on our lives if we look at them in a metaphysical way. So we're going to talk about these vibrational frequencies, but I want to look at another scripture that has to deal with the heart, because that is where these vibrational frequencies come from. They come from your heart. Oh, two things just came to me. One of the things is in the book of Proverbs, where it states that as a man thinketh not in his mind, but as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Now, a lot of you don't realize the context of that scripture. If you go back a couple of verses and look at the context, it's not talking about what y'all made it to do. Well, be careful. You can think your way to a blessing, because as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. No, 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 no. The scripture is about the fact that you can't change a man. A man's going to be who he is. Go back and read it in context. I promise you, I'm not making it up. It's there. The context of that, if you read all of those verses together, it's about not being able to change people. In other words, if you're a thief, you're going to be a thief. If you're a slickster, you're going to be a slickster. If you're a whore, you're going to be a whore. That's just what you're going to be, because however you vibrate energetically, that's what you are and who you are. Okay, that's what that scripture in context is talking about. That you can't change a man. Whoever he is in his heart, so is he. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. But anyway, another story. But the other thing that came out of my that came into my mind, into my thought, okay, into my spirit, if you will, if I could use that verbiage. The other thing that came into my spirit as we go into this discussion about vibrational frequencies, it says, out of the heart flows the issues of life. Out of the heart, not out of the mouth. Okay. Although I know it says out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Okay. That's a whole different story. We'll get to that later. It's what your heart is full of. But that's not what this topic is about tonight. So I'm not going to go into that. But out of the heart, or from the heart, it says, flows the issues of life. From the heart, that is where those vibrational frequencies reside. It's the energy that comes from your heart that causes manifestation in life. Okay, the issues of life, manifestation. Okay, the things that happen, the things that manifest, all, good and bad. It comes out from what flows from your heart. So let's go into these vibrational frequencies. Okay. All right. So let's talk about vibrational frequencies. Have you ever noticed how fear, doubt, and sadness can sometimes feel like this heavy cloak is around you, just dragging you down? Have you ever felt that before? And there may be other emotions that we can put in this. I just named a few: fear, doubt, sadness, um, uncertainty, confusion. But, but a lot of these, like the uncertainty and the confusion, a lot of these come from these particular emotions of fear, doubt, and sadness. Okay. Have you ever noticed? But just like, y'all, excuse me, I'm sorry, I've been belching a lot. But have you ever noticed how just as um, fear, doubt, and sadness can feel like a heavy cloak, also gratitude, oh my goodness, I'm about to get happy right here. Gratitude, happiness, praise is like a heavy burden being lifted off of you. Let's go back to another universal principle. Okay, you may see it as religious, but I see it as metaphysical. According to the narrative, it talks about in one of the gospels, it says, putting on the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness. Gratitude. Gratitude brings a lightness, a lifting, happiness. Those emotions of gratitude, praise, happiness brings a lifting and a lightness. But have you ever noticed how fear, doubt, and sadness can sometimes feel like a heavy cloak being placed on you, dragging you down? This emotional weight can repel the very things that you desire. When you embrace doubt, fear, sadness, and heaviness, these things will cause you to not attract what you desire, but actually repel it. Okay? Why? Because this universe works on vibrational frequencies. So even though you may desire love, you may desire happiness, you may desire a relationship, but when you're attached to the outcome and it doesn't go the way that you think it's going to go, it's not happening fast enough, or the path to get there is a little confusing. It don't look like what you asked for. You understand what I'm saying? Do I have a witness out there? Anybody ever experienced where you desired something, you wanted something, you prayed for something, you asked for something, you meditated about it, you put it, whatever you did, but what's happening in your life does not look like what you asked for. Okay? And if you're not careful, if you are attached to the outcome, when the path towards that outcome doesn't go this way, because that's the blueprint you had, straight ahead, steam, full steam ahead, forward. Okay. But the outcome seems to be going, like a big descent down that way. And then that, you know what I'm saying? And if you're focused and you're married to the outcome, if you're attached to the outcome, when the blueprint doesn't go in the right direction, you begin to fear, you begin to doubt, you begin to have sadness. And these things cause you to vibrate in the wrong frequency. And now, instead of you attracting what you desire, you're actually repelling it. So you've got to learn, like we said before, you've got to learn how to simply just what? Desire it, ask for it, put it into the universe, and then let it be. Release your grip. Okay? Um, all right. So this vibrational frequency that we're talking about here, when it doesn't follow your blueprint and you begin to doubt and you begin to get sad and all of that kind of stuff, and you begin to fear because you're scared it's not going to happen, or all of those things, all of those emotions begin to drag you down, and it causes you to vibrate in the wrong frequency, with the frequency that's not in alignment to your desire. But when you listen to me closely, guys, but when you embrace neutrality, did you hear me? When you embrace neutrality and you embrace peace, it's kind of like, you know what? I expect it, I want it, but even if it doesn't come, that's not doubt. No, 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 no. It's like, regardless, I'm at peace. Regardless, I'm good. And what you do, and here's how you get there. Okay, remember what I said before: desire it, ask for it, put it out into the universe, and then let it be. And what you do next, you release your grip. Okay, let me repeat it again because I've got to tag something onto the end of it. Okay, you're going to release your grip because you're going to desire it, you're going to ask for it, you're going to put it out into the universe, and then you're going to let it be. And then what you're going to do is you're not going to focus and be attached to what you desire. You're going to take your focus and your attachment off of what you desire, and then you're going to look at what you have, and you're going to be grateful for the things that you have. Thank you. I desire a new car. I desire a better car. Okay. Asking for it. I want a new car. I want a house. I'm asking for it. I want a relationship. Maybe it's a specific person. Now, I'm not too sure about that practice, but if that's how you want to do it, if it's a specific person, I would rather you, I don't tell you what to do. I'd rather you just desire a, a relationship that's that is what you need in your life. Okay, a person that has the qualities that you desire. But however you do it, it's up to you. But ask for it. Okay, desire it, ask for it, put it out into the universe, and then so let's go to the car. I want a new car. I want that. I want a new house. I want a new relationship. I want a relationship. I want a romantic relationship. I desire that. I want it. I'm asking for it. And then release it and let it be. But then you're going to look at what you do have. Maybe you don't have a car, but you're going to stop and you're going to be grateful for the bus system. I'm so thankful that I can get to work every day. I'm thankful that there's a bus stop near my house. I'm thankful that I have money to order an Uber or a Lyft or what have you so I can get where I need to go. I'm so thankful for those drivers that drive the Uber, okay? If you got a car, it's a hoopty and it hardly gets you where you want to go, but I'm so thankful that I got a vehicle. I'm just thankful, okay? So now you're going to concentrate on what you do have. All right. You may not have that romantic relationship yet. Okay. Okay. I'm thankful for the lessons that I learned from the last relationship that I saw as a failure, but it's really not a failure. It was just a lesson. So let me reflect back over that. God, I thank you. You know what? Jamel, you the bomb because you left her. You got out of that. You the bomb. Being grateful. All right. Or, okay, you want the relationship. Hey, Well, let's look at the people. I may not have the romantic relationship, but I'm so thankful for my children. Okay. I've asked for the romantic, but now I'm detaching from the outcome. I've already asked for it. I've released it into the universe. Okay. And now I'm just going to let it be. And I'm going to focus on what I do have. Okay. Thank you for the relationships I have. Thank you for my children. Thank you. Thank you for my mother. I've got a loving mother. Thank you for these friends I have around me. Okay. That's what you're going to do. Um, ooh, that's good. I like that. Let me put this up. The word desire also means predisposition, which means tendency to suffer. Not all desires are good. That's good stuff. That's really good stuff. I want to put that up there. But so again, when you embrace neutrality and peace and gratefulness for the things that you do have, you're more likely to attract positive outcomes. Okay. Um, Something else I wanted to share with you. Let me see. I had something here and some notes. Give me a second. And let me see if I can find some notes here. Um, yeah, before I go further, okay, I've got some notes I'm going to read here. Let me talk to you about the nature and desire. I'm sorry, the nature of desire and attachment before we go further with the discussion. While desires can motivate and inspire us, okay, attachment, let me repeat it, okay. While desires can motivate and inspire us, attachment to the specific outcomes of these desires can lead to emotional turmoil. Okay. It's important to distinguish between healthy ambitions and unhealthy clinginess to outcomes. In psychological terms, attachment can lead to cognitive biases. And these cognitive biases can skew our reality and ultimately cause us distress when things don't go as planned. And remember, it's that distress that is a vibrational frequency. And when you're in that vibrational frequency of distress, you get the opposite of what you desire, because now you're in this vibrational frequency of distress because you had this clinginess to the outcome, and you had this attachment to the specifics of the outcome, and now you're in this emotional turmoil, and now you've got a skewed reality here because things didn't go as you planned, and now you're in the vibrational frequency of distress. And although you want happiness, but because you're now vibrating in this vibrational frequency of distress because of the cognitive bias you've developed that things should go this way. Now, guess what you're attracting? You're attracting the energy that you're releasing from your heart. Out from the heart flows the issues of life, because from the heart is flowing distress. Although you ask for happiness, guess what you're going to manifest? And you're going to attract more distress, more situations, more circumstances that will bring you more distress in your life, because it is a universal law. Are you hearing me? Okay. Yes. Um, so let's see here. Um, let's see what else I might have in my notes here. I talked about detachment, it doesn't mean that we don't care about the outcome, but what detachment does, What attachment, I'm sorry, I keep saying the wrong word. What detachment does, detachment is not that I don't care about the outcome, but detaching from the outcome actually creates or maintains an emotional balance regardless of the outcome. All right. Let's see. Back to my notes here, because I was talking about these vibrational frequencies. Thank you so much, Nikita. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad that you needed this tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I like what you added. So I appreciate you adding to the discussion. Nikita says the attachment is like gluing ourselves to something that rips us apart when we need to detach. Exactly. Very well stated. Um, so we're talking about this concept of vibrational frequencies. Let's go a little further. We've got about 15 minutes left because I don't want to keep you more than an hour. Guys, make sure you're sharing this. If this is a blessing to you, make sure you're sharing this and make sure that you're commenting and liking. Hit those hearts, hit those likes, hit all of that. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, that's such a blessing to me. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to see that what's been on my heart and what I've been contemplating all day long was worth discussing tonight. Thank you. I'm glad that this helps you with something that you're facing. Awesomeness. Awesomeness. Ah, thank you. I'm glad that that you were able tonight. It wasn't me, but through this discussion, that you were able to bring perspective to your situation. Awesomeness. Perspective is everything, guys. Um, but let's keep talking about these vibrational frequencies. Okay. I'm going back to my notes here, so pardon me for not looking at the screen. I'm going back to some notes. According to theories in the field of energy psychology, emotions like sadness, doubt, and fear can lower one's vibrational energy and repel the very outcomes one hopes to attract. In contrast, feelings of peace, joy, and neutrality that arise from detachment can enhance one's abilities to manifest desires. So, scientifically, guys, scientifically, this it is said that this can be linked to our emotional state, and it talked about how um, our emotional state actually influences our decisions and our interactions with others. And you already know this. Okay. All right. So here's how here's how you can practice releasing attachment. It's a couple of ways. One way, I need some water, excuse me. I wish my kids were here so they can bring me some water. Here's how we can practice releasing attachment. Got 11 minutes. Engage. Now, this is just one thing. Engage in mindfulness meditation. This practice of, and we're going to do a meditation in just a moment. We're going to do a mindfulness meditation. But this practice of mindfulness meditation, or this practice of mindfulness through meditation, this practice helps you observe your desires. Okay. It helps you, not desert. It helps you to observe your desires, but also this mindfulness meditation also helps you not only to observe your desires, but also to observe your disappointments without judgment. Okay. So, also, we can engage in mindful meditation or mindfulness meditation. Also, you can use affirmations like, I am at peace with whatever comes my way. Why don't you just say that? Baby, I wish you were here too. I wish you were here to bring me some water. I swear it'd be real nice. I wish you were too, because I sure need some water. All right. um, but we talked about, or we're talking about how to practice releasing attachment. So we said mindfulness meditation. Also use affirmations like I am at peace with whatever comes my way. Okay, things like that. These things will help you, just simple things like that, will help you to cultivate a mindset of acceptance and gratitude. All right. Let me just check my notes here to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. Um, let's see. And by the way, Nikita, you already know if you was here, we'd be getting married tomorrow. Okay. If you was here tomorrow, we go down to the courthouse. Okay. Let me stop playing. I'm just serious. Let me stop playing. uh, let's see. We talked about affirmations. Mm, 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 mm. Da, 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 da. Okay, I think that's pretty much it in my notes. Nikita, you you are crazy. Ah, and you're absolutely right. Also, understanding that no is a good word. That's right. It's not a bad word, it's a good word. Okay, so we've shared a little bit. I know I didn't go, well, I went into detail a little bit here. I would love to share more, but I try to keep these videos. I am trying to discipline myself to keep them at about 1 hour. Okay. So we've talked about this. We've talked about how, or the danger of attachment. And we've talked about the art of detachment in helping you to manifest your desires. We talked about the steps: desire it, ask for it, put it into the universe, and then let it be. Release your grip. Okay. Now, we talked about vibrational frequencies. We talked about how when you are married to the blueprint, when you have this rigid blueprint of how things should be, that it creates a cognitive bias, that when things don't go the way that you think they should go, you become distressed. We talked about how distress creates within your heart the vibrational frequency of distress that goes out into the atmosphere. Ask and you shall receive. The universe says, yes, you may. Mother, may I? Mother Earth, may I? Mother says, yes, you may. Or whatever you believe, Jesus, may I? Jesus says, yes, you may. God, may I? God says, yes, you may. And gives that distress right back to you because that's what you ask for. Because you don't ask for anything with your mouth, not just your mouth. You ask for it with the vibrational frequencies of your heart. Okay. So we talked about steps to practice releasing attachment. And those, we gave you two things, I think, and that was mindfulness meditation and also affirmation. Okay. So now, as we close in these last 6 minutes and about 40 seconds, let us put this into practice. So now, let's put it all into practice. I'm going to guide you through a short meditation that integrates visualization with detachment. Let me see if I can get some music. And I want to get some non copyrighted music so that it doesn't mute my video. So give me just a moment. Here we go. Let's see how this sounds. See if we like it. No, that ain't the one I want. Let's see how this one sounds. Nope, don't like that one. Nope, don't want that one. That one's good. Okay, so now, can you guys hear the music? And me. I've got two microphones. Maybe I can put one near the music. Maybe that way you can hear the music and me at the same time. I don't want to put my other mic too close to the music. Okay, so now I just put a mic close to the music. So can you hear both the music and me very well? So I don't know if that it's good and that yes was to my first question. What about now that I've got the mic close to the music? You still hear me well? Okay, yes. All right, so here we go. Let's put all of this into practice now. Okay, wherever you are, just take a deep breath in through your nose. Let your stomach expand outward. Release it through your mouth. I want you to do whatever feels good for you, whether it is to close your eyes, if that feels good to you. I would recommend closing your eyes. But if keeping your eyes open feels good to you, then keep your eyes open. For those of you that will be closing your eyes, just close your eyes and let's begin. Now, take another deep breath in and out. Envision now something you desire. Envision it now. Something you're working towards. See it clearly in your mind's eye now. Now, imagine placing this desire in a bubble. Now I want you to watch as it floats away, carrying your intention into the universe. As it drifts further and further, feel your grip loosening. As it drifts further and further, feel your grip loosening. Affirm to yourself, I trust the process of life. I release my attachment and remain open to outcomes. Now breathe in acceptance and breathe out expectation. Now gently bring your awareness back to the present. And remember, by releasing our attachment to outcomes, we open ourselves up to the infinite possibilities that life has to offer. Thank you for joining me today. Embrace this practice and watch your life transform one breath at a time. And again, if you found this helpful, I'm going to ask again that you like, share, and subscribe for more of this, because we're going to be doing more things like this more often. So until next time, stay present, stay positive, and keep asking for it, desiring it, releasing it into the atmosphere, and then just let it be. All right. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate you tonight. Thank you for being here with me. And I will see you on the next go round. Good night.